Welcome back to the Uncle Ron channel, my skillets. We're gonna cook some country food tonight with some chicken fried steak, some butter beans, and mashed potatoes. So y'all hang around. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna start this video off cutting up some potatoes. They're gonna take the longest to cook. So I usually start my prep with whatever's gonna take the longest to cook. This kind of makes sense. But we got some other stuff to talk about. I want a big shout out to all TikTokers that follow me to YouTube. I know most of y'all came off my daughter-in-law's page because she done pinned my YouTube channel up there. And I can't thank you enough. I just hope I do a good enough job with cooking and TikToking and YouTubing. Make y'all stick around. So I kind of started this channel. I mean, I'm an idiot, so I mean, why wouldn't an idiot start a YouTube channel? But my idea was I was gonna save recipes for the kids. Like, you know, when I die, you can go back and look at how I cook stuff. Kind of like having your grandma's cookbook that she has saved recipes in forever. Well, I'm saving mine on YouTube. And in the meantime, I found out it's really fun. I like doing it. And the thought of doing it for other people, it makes me happy. So I just want to thank my YouTube followers that have been with me since the beginning, my new TikTok followers come over to YouTube and blew my TikTok completely up over the holidays. Can't thank you guys enough. So I'm gonna do my very best to cook good stuff, make videos worth watching. So, hi guys. Let's just get to cooking. I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel like Ricky Bobby. Let's get to cooking. And welcome everybody. We got our potatoes all cut up. Now we're gonna cover them up with water, put them on the stove, crank that baby up pretty much close to high, get these babies boiling. Maybe we'll touch it, heat down a little bit, this soft roll, probably for the next 25 minutes or so. All right guys, hang tight. All right, it's time to start our butter beans. And what I should say, we got speckled butter beans. I love me some speckled butter beans. We got about half a pot of water. And we're gonna go ahead and put about half that bag in there. Yeah, maybe. Woo! Okay, a little more than half. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. Nothing really crazy. And we're gonna throw about a chunk of butter in there about yay big. Turn that butter. Turn that butter. Turn that burner up on high. Okay, we've got our potatoes and our butter beans over there cooking. Got our meat laid out. I'll usually buy like a thin piece of steak and I'll beat the crap out of it. This happened to be pre-tenderized, so I went ahead and got it. we're gonna hit the meat up with some hardcore carnivore amplified. Just kind of dust it off real good, just on one side. We're gonna season up our flour a good bit, but let's go ahead and let this amplifier soak in good while that other stuff's cooking. And then we'll get our flour and stuff prepped up real quick. We'll go from there. Now we're going to cook our potatoes until they're about fork tender. So that means you can stick a fork in a potato and it really doesn't stick to the fork. So I'm saying these are about ready. I'm going to give them about 5 more minutes. We're going to slide them off one of the back burners, turn it on real low, and then we'll be ready to make mashed potatoes out of them. So what had happened was, I'm just an idiot internet YouTuber, TikToker, cook, and I forgot to get like all-purpose flour I used to use, but we got here some of this fake Bisquick stuff, and I looked at the ingredients. It's mostly flour, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to put it down here in our little pan, and then we're going to season our flour up. And we're going to start off with some Mississippi grit, salt, pepper, and garlic. Let's get that flour seasoned up a little bit. And then we're going to hit it with some Hotty Toddy. I mean, why wouldn't we? Let's season that stuff up. And then we're gonna stir all this up together and get ready to dip our steaks down in there. Yeah, looks about right. Hang tight. We just get to the good part. Now we're gonna crack us up. Couple eggs, throw in here, throw in a big old bowl. Yeah, I'm making a mess, but don't worry, because I'm the only one that's going to clean this shit up anyway. A little touch of milk. And we're going to whip that up real quick. Now we're simply going to take our little steaks, we're going to whoop it down in some egg wash, throw it in our flour. Oh yeah, woo! Get that dude all juiced up, man. We're gonna do the same thing with the other two. Then we're gonna start heating this up with grease. That's about what it should look like. Sometimes see a lot of people, they dip it twice. I don't know how important that is. I've never really dipped mine twice. I just dip them once. Just make sure I cover them up real good. But hey, if you want to dip yours twice, dip it twice, man. Don't let this idiot tell you how to cook. Let's get the heat up some grease. Now we've got our potatoes cooked. We're going to strain them down. And then we'll get ready to season them bad boys up. Alright, so we got our potatoes all cooked about right. It's time to season them up. We're going to start off with a little bit of pepper. We're going to go with a little bit of salt. I'm going to say we have a teaspoon. Maybe 2 teaspoons. I'll hit it with a little bit of milk. An entire stick of butter. And the secret ingredient y'all been waiting on. Ranch dressing. Powdered ranch dressing. Hold on, let me show y'all how much, cause I'm not real good at measuring this and cooking times and whatnot. We're gonna call this, we're gonna call it a tablespoon. And we're gonna cover this up and just let that butter melt while everything else is cooking, and we'll mash them. That's our next step, it's just to mash them. All right, guys, hang tight. We'll fix to throw them steaks on the grease. All right, it's time to put our chicken fried steak in the grease. Generally, I just put just a little bit of grease in the pan. It doesn't take long to get hot. And I will take a little bit of flour. And if it's sizzling up pretty good, I know I'm about right. But generally, on every stove I've had, when I'm frying something, I put it on 6. And 6 seems to work, so hey, let's give it a go. Now, if you came to Uncle Ron's channel to learn how to make gravy, you went to the wrong channel. We're using a ton of chatteries. We're following the instructions. Cup of water, 2 tablespoons of chatteries, and we're gonna make us some gravy out of that. We got everything getting close to getting ready now. And it's time to mash up our mashed potatoes. So you know, since we moved the YouTube studio to Byhalia, I can't find my little mixer thing. So hey, we're going with some old school shit tonight. We're gonna mash this stuff up. Stir it real good. Well, I think it's just about right. And hey, if you ever come to Uncle Ron's house and he's cooking and you want to know how I taste test stuff, I just stick a finger in it. So my finger's probably been in most of the food people have ate over here. Hey. Woo. That's good. That's good. Guys, it's time for the taste test. We got our chicken fried steak. Hold on. You can't see that, can you? Hang on 1 second. Well, that's what we're working with, guys. So let's go ahead and take a bite. And I'll show you how I like to do it. Like, take some of the mashed potatoes and gravy, and then stab a piece of that country fried steak. Mmm. Dude. Oh, that's right. That's country ass shit right there. Hey, baby. I'm not cutting you out. I'm not gonna cut you out of this shit. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
You gotta believe it now.
That's good.
Ooh, man. Little speck of butter beans. Well, that's pretty much the end of the show tonight, guys. But hey, I want to shout out to some friends. Damn, I need to rewind this a little bit, but I'll tell you the long story, short ways. I made a really long video on New Year's Day about cooking New Year's Day food, and the SD card was corrupted and it didn't fly. And then me and Danny and Danielle and Nick and Jack were all hanging out. And they were telling me about Daryl and Stephanie. They watch all my videos. And I was like, that's so cool. I'm gonna shout them out. Hey, thanks guys for being some OG Uncle Ron fans. But until next time, Uncle Ron loves y'all.